I don't think a lot of people see how much is involved. Going to the bathroom, taking showers, getting dressed. I mean, I've learned in the last year how to dress her. You know, I can do it on the toilet now. I used to do it standing up, and it's a nightmare. It's like chasing her around the room because she's wanting to go here, you're wanting to go there, and so you learn to do it at the easiest way possible and make it work. So, but it's ugly. It's an ugly disease, and you just got to deal with it. So, you don't wish it on anybody. I'll put it that way.
What surprised you about yourself?
How I'm able to handle it. You know, I didn't think I could do it, but you learn to do it. You learn to cook. You learn to make it fly. I mean, it's you or the highway, one or the other.
What's been the most marked, like, there's a series of kind of like changes.
Levels.
Like, what happens in the beginning and where are you at now?
Well, at the beginning, she was fine. We traveled for 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden she had a seizure, and it just went downhill from there. So now it's to the point, she knows me, she knows the kids, and she knows some people, but it's more jibber jabber, where you can't understand it. You know, you kind of know she's talking to somebody. I've got a mirror sitting beside her at the table, and she talks to it all the time. She can talk to it, but you and I, she can't hold a conversation, but she'll hold a conversation with the mirror. So that's really weird, I think. But all the doctors I've talked to and told them about, they said don't move it, keep it there. Because every time she walks by a window or a mirror, she's talking to it. Because,
really?
Yeah, she doesn't see, I don't think she understands who's on the other side or who she's looking at, you know. And you can be sitting right next to her, and she's got that tunnel vision. So when you go to feed her, you actually, if you come in from the side, she can't see it till it's right in front of her, and she'll jump every time.
Is there a stage that was hardest?
After the seizure. Before, I was fine. I could send her to the bathroom on her own. She could eat on her own.
But you're deep into this now. Like when she was first diagnosed,
right?
Knowing, like, didn't her mom have this?
Her mom had it for 10 years, and but she got it later in life. She got it at 65 or 68.
When did Janet?
Janet got it at 55, and she's 64 now. Her health's good. She just, just went way down as far as the levels of where we're.
But when she was first diagnosed, do you think it was like harder anticipating what would come, or it's harder now living it?
You block it out, that you not, it'll never get there, Oh, we're fine like we are, don't worry about it. Most of the people, when it first happened, they're all going, are you going to put her in a nursing home? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, her and I talked about this way back, and we said, no nursing homes. We're going to try to do it all from the house. So that's what I'm trying to do. But it's very expensive to do what I'm doing. Nursing homes are more expensive. They're $60,000 to $80,000 a year, or I'm spending $30,000 to $35,000 a year just on home care.
Can I ask you a hard question?
Sure.
Do you think she knew if it was this hard on you that she'd ask you to do it?
Probably. Because I think she's scared. You'll see her hold her head a lot. She rubs her head a lot, her eyes. And I think her mind's going 100 miles an hour and she can't catch up. So it's hard to explain, but if you see it every day, you just kind of know it, She takes her medicine fine, with applesauce, yogurt, whatever, but it's sad. The saddest part, I think, is we can't travel anymore like we used to. Or we can still go, we have to take help with us or whatever, but then...
But she can't ride in the car for long, or...
No, but the biggest problem is her friends she doesn't recognize as much, and the grandkids, she loses out on that.
That's what you said the other day. Like,
Right.
The saddest part is what they miss.
Right.
So
I
it's
think
not
that's
just
the
your feeling, but...
Yeah, I think that's the saddest part is what they actually miss. And I don't know if she actually understands that, but I see it. She'll cry once in a while. At lunch or dinner, she'll usually say she loves me. So I know there's a connection there still, but, sometimes it's hard to, she'll have days where she's mad, and I don't know why, and then it's like a light switch. You'll say, calm down, you know, don't do that, and she'll switch right back, you know, so.
Do you feel like sometimes you're like things you learned with dealing with your kids, you're trying to like apply here in a sense, or is it just night and day different in caretaking?
Yeah, I think it's different.
Because
Kids,
kids
you
like
can-
anticipation and
You can ground them and they can go away, you know, and marry them off, and then you don't, you know. No, I don't know. It's just
yeah.
you gotta.
So what happens now? Like, what's helpful for like the
Well,
next
the helpful thing
generation,
is
your kids, etc.?
all the friends and family and whatever, and the caregivers, you know, helping out. You know, so, I mean, that's all we can do. We just got to make it as best as we can.
What do you want for technology to handle or medicine to handle?
Well, it'd be nice to have a fix, but I don't know if I'll ever see that. But she probably won't, you know. But I mean, the medicines have come a long ways from like when her mom had it and when she's got. If she hadn't had the seizure, I think we'd still be fine. You know?
But it described fine. Like
Well, fine is like, you know, she can go to the bathroom on her own, she can eat on her own, tell you what she wants.
mentally, there would have
Yeah, she was okay mentally. You know, she could still communicate. But now it's pretty much,
But
she
the
sits like this all day. You know?
but the communication was still very much impaired by memory loss.
Mm-hmm. You could talk about old stuff. She could still bring it around, you know, and understand it or talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like I leave music on a lot. She likes the 60s. So she knows a lot of the, sometimes she'll reach over and tap you, like she knows that song. Where that comes in, I don't have a clue, but it does. In the car, I even do it. You know, we'll be playing some old music and I like that song. So, it's weird. It really is.